Hey everyone, it's your girl Cheyenne with Female King Nails. Today's video vlog is going to be about a little topic that people have been bringing to my comments about for wise is working in a nail salon versus working at home. You know, like the pros and cons, and which one would I prefer to do and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be like a long video or nothing like that. I always try to keep like my little vlogs, kind of short and simple and everything. And as you can see, I'm sitting in my car again for our vlogs. You might hear my daughter in the back. She's kind of dozed off from us driving around and everything. So you might hear her like cough a little or something. She's getting over this cold. But I get a lot of people that keep asking me about working at home versus working in a nail salon. Okay, so I started off working at home. My daughter was probably about like 5-6 months, maybe a little bit more, and I quit my overnight job to become a full-time nail tech. I wasn't happy, having a newborn and then trying to work overnights, and then I couldn't honestly pursue what I wanted to do. So before I had quit my overnight job, I made sure I had at least enough like decent supplies and whatnot to be able to do stuff. So with that being said, it's like it's a big leap. It's something that you honestly have to prepare yourself for, because it's some days where you do get like clients all day, and then probably for like the next 2 days you don't get any clients, and it's like that. But it's like, once you start building and working more and practicing, you start to get better and better, and then it's honestly like your prices can then like jump. So when I had started, I had to like buy my brush, my liquid. Believe it or not, a lot of this nail stuff is very expensive. It is not cheap whatsoever. Everything that you provide for yourself, all of that is coming out of your pocket. Nothing is being handed to you. So whenever you decide like, oh, like I want to try this and I want to try that, when you been at home, sweetheart, you have to go buy that stuff. You have to order it, and sometimes half the stuff is not in stores, so you have to order it. So no telling how long it's going to take to come. And then one thing I used to hate when ordering nail supplies and everything, they're not always what I thought I was looking at online. You get it? So another thing that I liked about being at home was I made my own schedule. I could work, whenever I wanted to. I could just relax when I wanted to. I can accept appointments if I wanted to. I can decline them. I can reschedule this and that. That was like a really big pro for me, because I had a little one, remind you. So some days it was just like, oh man, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to take her to the hospital, or I have to drop her off and such and such. So it was just like, okay, like if I work around my schedule with her, then my clients can work around it with me, and everything kind of like work out for me. It's kind of like a win-win situation. So once I make sure she's good, then I can make sure my clients are good. I will say this much: I'm not trying to throw out like a race thing or anything, but me being me, being a black nail tech and whatnot, a lot of people honestly like to doubt you a lot until they actually get that chance, which is like the funnest thing ever, because people will be like, maybe I'll give her a chance, and then they turn out loving you. You actually get, that's something that you get working in the nail salon. I got that a lot. I had a lot of people that was just like, you sure? Like, like if their regular tech wasn't available, and then like I was the only one that was available, they would literally doubt me. And that was kind of like a why would you do that? Why would you doubt me? Like, now I want you to sit in my chair. Come on. Come on, now I want you to sit down. Now I want you to see what I'm capable of. I kind of got off topic for a while. It's like separating everything, so we're gonna get back to it. Another thing that I liked for a while is, working at home. I had more time to focus on my business. I had more time to promote myself. I had more time to, expand and get to know people more. So being in a nail salon, you kind of feel like you're on like a time schedule, and it kind of makes you feel like you don't get time to show people what you're really about, because being in a Vietnamese nail salon and such, it's all about like timing. Gotta get that person in, gotta get that person out. Sometimes they don't want you to take pictures of your work and everything because they want you to move on to the next, So it's kind of like you don't get the time to promote yourself in a salon versus being at home. Because when you're at home, you can have everything set up and whatnot, and you can do as you please, as your heart desires. You could get all those different types of angles, all those different videos. You can take the time out to make your post and everything, and even tag the person whose nails you did and such. Like, you can do all of that. You can, like, it's so much more you could do at home versus being in the nail salon. Another thing that I liked about working at home was that I didn't spend much. It's literally like it's spending, but it's saving you money at the same time, because you have to pay a certain percentage being in a shop. Being at home, what you paying? Like, who are you paying for that space and everything? You're not paying nothing. So it kind of helps you save. So it's like every dollar that you're bringing in goes towards your bills, and the rest goes towards your business, your kid if you have one, example in the back, and your fun. Majority of the time when you're trying to work on yourself, you don't want to kind of include having fun, but that's all up to you to kind of keep your sanity. That's what I did from time to time. I would kind of step out and everything, but when you really trying to get that grind and everything, you're going to stop it from time to time. I will say, like, my cons of staying at home is, we're going back to this subject that I kind of got off topic with. Me being a black woman and everything, I get a lot more backlash than most. You don't necessarily always hear about in the shops, oh, this person did such and such on my nails and you guys don't go there. Don't get me wrong, you hear that, but with us, you hear it a little bit more if something doesn't go somebody's way. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean like, oh, like I messed their nails up and I'm just doing whatever. Sometimes it's just they might not like our personality. Clients become very opinionated, and when you don't give them everything that they want, they will use social media, because they know, with you being on social media, people are trying, you're trying to get people to find out about you and everything. They're going to try to take that from you. So when I was working from home, I would have like regulars and everything, and it was a regular that every time I turned around, there was always something going on with her nails. And it was to the point where I wanted so much good reputation that I was doing this girl's nails over for free, actually for about 5 months straight. Probably 6 maybe. And I finally had enough, and I the last time she came to me about like, hey, you know, this and that happened. I need you to fix it. If not, you can give me my money back. Now, remind you, I said I just did this girl nails about 5 times for free. You know, like, well, you know, probably once every month, 5, 6 months, whatever. And I finally had enough. And I was just like, you know, either I fix the nail or I give you your punk $15 back. Excuse me for talking like that, but that's how it went. And she was just like, I want you to fix my nails. And I was like, okay, well, you know, you can't have both. Like, I've been trying my hardest to make sure everything is right. You know, I'm still testing out what works best for me to make sure the nails last for you. And so she asked me to do her nails for her birthday, and I did them for free. I did long stiletto nails. I did diamonds, glitter. It was, you know, it was really pretty. Boom. I guess the nail was lifting or something, and we had a deal. Either I do the nails or you get your punk $15 back. She didn't think it worked that way. So, you know, when she didn't get what she wanted, she used Facebook and my friends and everything as a platform to, you know, bash me and say, don't go to her and this and that, don't support her and whatnot. And it's just like, you know, being from home, when you're working for yourself, that could kind of mess it up for you in a certain type of way. Because when you're working in a salon, it don't matter if that person didn't like the nails, you still got people coming in. You still have people coming into the shop. So either way it goes, I'm still making money. That on my end, with me like being at home and whatnot, that throws it off for me, because it's just like now people like, you know, let me see your nails and this and that, and you know, people sharing the post and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, like you stopping people from even wanting to look at my page and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a con to it. Another thing is that adds on to that is when things don't go clients' way, they make a big problem out of everything. So with people coming to your home, you just never know what people are going to do. You know, they know, like with them, especially with regulars and whatnot, they know the inside of your home like the back of their hands. So it's like, if they know, like, they could know your schedule and whatnot. They can know if you're really like out. They know your car or whatever and stuff like that. They'll know if you're there. They know who stays there. They know what to look out for and whatnot. They know it, like with them even skimming through your home and whatnot, they can actually see what all they would have in mind to take. And you know, that's just a quick bus for them, you know, like in and out, simple as that. So it's like safety, being safe when working at home, you know, that kind of throws it off a little bit too for you. And you know, you got to be cautious about who you let into your home. You can't let everybody in, and when you can't let everybody in, you can't make every dollar that you want to make, you know. I'm trying to think of another kind of working at home. Probably the space. As you start, you know, expanding your mind and everything, and you start like picking out things and wanting to keep doing this and keep doing that. I started off, you know, doing nails in a 1-bedroom home apartment, so I was limited on space. So I started getting cramped, you know, and that's not a good thing too, because it's like once you start getting cramped and people start coming over and everything, it's like you kind of start looking a little messy, and that's one thing I didn't like either. It's so much pros and cons when working in a shop that, I mean, I could probably count them all over my hands, but it's just like I'm gonna make it short for working in a shop. A few pros that I like far-wise is working in a shop is you're still self-employed. So even though they give you a schedule and whatnot, you don't necessarily have to do that. But you know, if you have a great clientele and everything, oh, you in the zone. You know, you in the zone. You doing what you got to do and everything. You don't have to worry about what other workers got going on in this there, because you got your own clientele. Another thing that I liked is a lot of stuff is provided to you, so you get more leadway to practice new things, you know, to test out new stuff without you actually having to come out of pocket for that stuff to try it. Another thing that I like for wise is working in a shop is you kind of learn off of each other. So it's not always like a self-taught type of thing. Like I don't have to sit up on YouTube all day and be like, I think that's how you do it. I'm not too for sure. You know, you got other talented people working right next to you, and they're like, oh no, you do it just like this. You do it just like that. So it's like you learn faster. And that's what I did learn, you know, being in the shop. I looked up to my bosses. I looked up to my coworkers. Even sometimes clients that have been getting their nails done for years. Like, you know, you learn much faster. Like, once you feel like, oh, like I'm scared, I feel like I'm not going to do that. No. Like, your workers and coworkers and everybody, they're right there telling you, like, oh, no, you just do it like that. And then you're looking like, how did I not know this? A con that I don't like. When I got into the first salon, the only thing that one of the main things that I didn't like was they tried to say the percentage that they'll pay you is based on how good they feel that you do. And I just felt as though that was a little offish. So when you start in a salon, be sure you know what you're worth. Be sure you know, like, oh, you're not finna pay me, you know, 50% of what I make in this shop. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna lowball me like, oh, my work is not that good. No. Especially if you know you're bringing a lot of money in. Oh, you could be getting paid way more than 50% of, you know, weekly or bi-weekly pay and stuff like that, because it's not gonna work like that. So don't let nobody downplay you on your pay, on your work and everything, because you know what you're capable of. And if they're not willing to pay you for that, let me see. Another con that I don't like is being uncomfortable. Being very uncomfortable, and I don't like the you know, being judged and being doubted, which is something that I already spoke on, but it will be something that will bother any and everybody. It doesn't matter how confident you are. When you see somebody judging you and, you know, not giving you a shot because they feel like you might not be able to be capable of it, that will kind of like bother you. But at the same time, it will push you to go harder, you know, like, okay, you know, that's how you looking at me. Okay. So my thing is, it's all up to you guys on what y'all want to do. Wise is working at home, working in the nail salon. It's just so many like pros and cons to it, between choosing either or. But if you got the drive, you got the talent, you got the patience for this, you can actually be so successful in either or. You know, it's just all up to you which one you want to do. Me personally, I believe, because what I want to do and whatnot, I believe doing nails at home was what got me so far. Once I got into a nail salon, it slowed down. So for me, speaking on my experience and giving my opinion and whatnot, I would prefer being at home versus being in a salon. Don't get me wrong, you got everything in there, but at the same time, your mind is so busy and so occupied because you're trying to help the shop out with taking care of customers and clients that you don't even remember the fact that you are to be self-employed, and that you have to worry about yourself, and to keep people coming you have to think about yourself. But you constantly hear somebody else in the background like, oh, next person, this person's waiting. After you're done with that person, hurry up and take that person. No, at home you work at your own pace, you make your own money, you can make your own pricing, all of that type of stuff. So it could differ for somebody else, but that's me personally. But if that's something that you guys would choose to do, just make sure you think it over, and just make sure you get all of your supplies and materials and everything that you need, and just do it. Just do it. I hope today's video will kind of help you guys a little bit to understand like which one would be good for you guys. So I'm gonna come up with some more like nail vlogs and everything, if I was to sit in the car, because I really like doing this, sitting in the car talking to you guys. So I'm gonna figure out what would be my next topic. I'm actually gonna upload one of my 3D nail snakes hopefully later on. You guys can see that, like a easy tutorial on how to do a 3D snake. So I just want you guys to subscribe, like, share, comment, do anything you please. Again, this is Cheyenne with Female King _nails. You guys can follow me, shout me out, everything that you please. Just make sure you guys